All right, what's going on? Gonna really hit a home run today with wild game, and was just gonna cook it, but then we don't do it very often, so I figured it'd be a waste to not go ahead and YouTube this. I'm gonna do an Osso Bucco shank roast. It's vacuum sealed. I put it out, put it in the fridge last night to thaw out, and gonna go through the cook with y'all. It's a really cool slow cook. It's an easy recipe, but it's something different. It's something really you can step up your wild game or your deer cooking. So check it out. Here it is, shank cut off a white-tailed deer. That's the bone marrow in there. It's gonna be pretty simple. I've got my standard mix is salt, pepper, and garlic powder. I'm gonna season it up. Alright. I'm going to put a little flour on there. That way when we brown it, we get a little bit of good stuff for the saucepan to help thicken it up. Put more flour. Cutting board's got a wobble. All right. Next step is the brown. Olive oil. A little side brown. Alright, vegetables, I've got celery, carrots, onion, a little garlic right here. I don't know if you can see that or not. Right there. I'm going to cook those down before the meat goes back in. The rest of them, carrots, onion, and celery, cook is going to take about 3 hours probably. That's a big chunk of meat. I'm going to get the vegetables softened up before we add our liquids over in there, before we put the meat back on there. You can cook it in the oven. I'm going to cook it on the stove top, I believe. I think I can leave it in this Magnolite on the stove top for the whole cook. But you could cook it in the oven or in a Dutch oven on a grill if you wanted to. I'm going to add tomato sauce. Use tomato sauce or paste. I've got sauce, so I'm using. Add some beef stock. Got all that get going and happy. I'm gonna go back in with the shank, with the Osso Bucco shank. I'm gonna let everything get simmering. I might let that reduce just a little bit before I cover it. Let it simmer for a little bit. And then we'll cover it up and let it go for 2 or 3 hours. We'll check on it in 2 hours. Alright, the roast is on and we're gonna hang out for a little while. We'll check on it in a couple of hours. See how it is. Cheers. And almost 2 hours in, I pulled the cover off a second ago. I'm gonna add a little bit of water and let it keep going. It's not just falling apart yet. I didn't expect. I'm thinking it's a 3-hour cook. I'm gonna add some water. Let it keep going. Have a decaf. So I just put the gnocchi on, and it's a quick cook. It's 2 or 3 minutes. As soon as it gets back to a boil and starts to float, it'll be ready. So here's the Osso Bucco after 3 hours. Looks plenty tender. Pull my string off. He's floating, it's done. Kill the heat. Drain it. All right, so here's our plating. Venison Osso Bucco with gnocchi. We'll see how it turns out. Looks great. And it's something new you can do with your, something tricky to do with your deer meat. If you want to do something a little different. Maybe fancy, I don't know. Fancy to us. What do you think? I heard you shaking. All right, thanks for watching. We're gonna eat.